Emma. It's such a pleasure to meet you. How are you today?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing so well. I'm doing so well. Thank you so much for taking the
Good.
time to chat. Horror is my genre. I love talking about horror. I'm super excited to break it down with you. I'll kick straight into it. I can imagine sequel territory. There's this stigma of you have to go bigger, and I'm sure in the case of Five Nights at Freddy's, you have to go scarier as well. But I'm just curious for you from a filmmaker's point of view. What was the one thing you were focusing on? Getting a chance to re-enter the universe and re-enter the world. What was your focus in wanting to get right with Five Nights at Freddy's too?
We were going bigger and we were going scarier, and that was all like so fun. And a great expansion of the world. But I think on top of that, I was really conscious of making sure we were maintaining a tone and making sure we were, maintaining our characters in a way that still felt connected to movie one and not disconnected. So so that was really a fun challenge, and I think something that was super helpful to work on with the cast, the returning cast. Um, and we have over three times more animatronics in the sequel film than we did in the first one. And that in and of itself was like leveling up in terms of scares and scale. And it's it's a real thrill ride, especially the second half of it is just like it's very exciting. So I think it delivers on hopefully all the levels.
Oh, it's so exciting. One of the things that really excited me about this, you mentioned the cast returning, but I love this idea of the new cast. And from what I've seen, got this like Spielberg, Goonies, E.T. type of adventure crew that was going through there. I'm curious to know if that was sort of an inspiration with this new cast and what are those kids' adventure films that you remember watching growing up that sort of may have sourced a bit of inspiration for that?
Oh yeah, I mean you named all of them for sure. Big time influences growing up and love those movies so much. Even the casting has a little bit of a nostalgic like quality. Wayne Knight joined the cast for this
Oh,
one.
that's so cool.
And I just remember like him so profoundly in Jurassic Park and remember like pulling some visuals from Jurassic Park as references in the first movie. And, again in this movie, we have got the Scream connection this time with Skeet and Matthew. Um, and actually McKenna Grace, who is now going to be in Scream 7. So it's like
Yeah.
younger generation, older generation, like just an incredible, I think, linked to those nostalgic films
Yeah.
um, that I certainly hold very, very dear. But I think it also still feels very fresh and like,
Mm.
uniquely Five Nights at Freddy's, which is just its whole own bag and so fun.
It's like getting to play in like a cinematic playground, right? Like we're having
It
all
is.
these things.
It
It's so good.
is. It was like a lot of pinch ourself moments while we were making this one.
I love it. I love the idea that especially horror and I guess with the fan base like Five Nights at Freddy's creates this communal experience going to the cinema, these people who love the world and then people who are coming to it for the first time and may not play the games get to experience horror in this communal way. And I'm curious to know, do you have a communal cinematic experience? Is there a time you've gone to the movies and it's been a sold out crowd, whether it's horror or not, that has just stood out for you as like, this is the magic of movies?
Yeah, I mean, really, every time I step into a theater that is
I love
full,
that. Yeah.
I'm just like I'm really bowled over. I went to the movies yesterday and saw a film that was actually not a genre film, and but it had a lot of like film industry references, and I was
Nice.
watching it in a theater in Los Angeles that was completely packed, and just even like the laughter around that, like kind of in industry,
Yeah.
um, jabs at the film were like it was so special, and I'm like, this would be fun to watch by myself at home or in an empty theater, but hearing everybody's responses, just like it breathes a whole other level of life into it. And I think especially for scares, there's the aftermath of the jump, right?
Yeah.
And then to be experiencing that collectively is so powerful, and often funny, and like it's all the catharsis. And then with Five Nights at Freddy's, he's watching fans talk about the lore and
Totally.
picking up on Easter eggs and getting excited while you're watching the film is like, whether you are a fan or not, that is exciting to watch because you are able to, be a fly on the wall for their experience.
It's like an exciting full circle thing. You enjoy those movies, and now you get to make those movies for us to enjoy as well. So,
Aw.
Emma, that time flies when you're having fun. That's my time already. Thank you so much for
Ah,
taking the time to chat. I
thank
hope we get
you.
to do it again for the next one, and I'll see you around. Thank you so much, Emma.
Thank you so much.